Nature's universal code is all around us. The more we learn to read it, the better equipped we'll be to face the challenges of tomorrow. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of nature's most extraordinary innovations. Nature's universal code, breaking through scientific boundaries. A single drop of water slides across a lotus leaf, forming a perfect sphere that catches the morning light. This isn't just beauty, it's one of nature's most extraordinary innovations that has captured the attention of researchers at the University of Tokyo's Advanced Science Research Center. What appears as simple magic to our eyes is actually an intricate dance of physics and chemistry that could revolutionize how we create self-cleaning surfaces. Think about the last time you had to clean your windows or solar panels. Nature solved this problem millions of years ago, but we're only now beginning to understand exactly how. The lotus leaf's surface is a masterpiece of engineering at the microscopic level, with precisely arranged structures that create a surface so water-repellent that it carries away dust and debris effortlessly. But here's where the story gets really interesting. While the lotus leaf solved this problem perfectly, our attempts to recreate it at industrial scales have hit fascinating challenges. It's not just about copying the pattern, it's about understanding the fundamental principles that make it work. This gap between nature's solutions and our ability to implement them is where some of the most exciting breakthroughs are happening right now. Let me show you something that will change how you think about strength and impact resistance forever. The mantis shrimp, a creature barely the size of your thumb, can strike with the force of a bullet. At Harvard's Wyss Institute, researchers have discovered that this incredible power comes from a unique structure in its hammer-like club. Using advanced X-ray crystallography, they've revealed a helicoidal architecture that's revolutionizing our understanding of impact-resistant materials. What makes this discovery so extraordinary isn't just the strength of the mantis shrimp's club, it's how it achieves this strength. The structure is built layer by layer, with each layer rotated slightly from the one below it, creating a spiral pattern that distributes impact forces in ways we never imagined possible. Aerospace engineers are particularly excited about this finding because it could lead to lighter, stronger materials for aircraft and spacecraft. But implementing this design at industrial scales presents fascinating challenges. The mantis shrimp builds its club at a molecular level, with precise control over each layer's orientation. Our current manufacturing processes aren't quite there yet. Several companies are developing new techniques to replicate this structure, but scaling up while maintaining the precise architectural control remains a significant hurdle. Now, let's travel to the Namib Desert, where another extraordinary innovation is changing how we think about water collection. Here, the fog-basking beetle performs what seems like an impossible feat. It harvests drinking water from morning fog in one of the driest places on Earth. The Max Planck Institute's recent research has revealed exactly how these beetles accomplish this, and the implications are stunning. The beetle's wing cases have a precisely patterned surface of hydrophilic and hydrophobic regions, essentially, areas that attract and repel water. These patterns guide tiny water droplets from the fog directly to the beetle's mouth. It's an elegant solution to a complex problem, and it's completely passive, requiring no energy input. Water collection companies are extremely interested in this discovery, especially as water scarcity becomes a growing global concern. But here's where we encounter another fascinating gap between nature's solution and our ability to implement it. The beetle's system works perfectly at its scale, but when we try to scale up these patterns, we lose efficiency. The relationship between surface tension and gravity changes as we increase size, creating new challenges we need to solve. Nature's universal code, breaking through scientific boundaries, continued. At Berkeley's Materials Science Department, researchers are taking a different approach to the scaling challenge. Instead of trying to directly replicate the beetle's surface pattern, they're studying the fundamental principles behind how it works. By understanding the precise relationship between surface geometry and water collection efficiency, they're developing new manufacturing processes that could bridge the gap between nature's solution and industrial-scale application. Let's shift our attention to something equally extraordinary happening at Caltech's Division of Biology. Picture an octopus changing color and texture to perfectly match its surroundings in mere seconds. This isn't just camouflage, it's one of the most sophisticated display systems known to science, and researchers have finally mapped exactly how it works. The secret lies in a 3-layer system of specialized cells that can switch colors in milliseconds. The bottom layer contains reflective cells that can change their structure to reflect different wavelengths of light. The middle layer houses cells filled with pigments that can spread or contract instantly. The top layer contains cells that can change their shape, creating different textures. All these layers work together in perfect harmony, creating a display system that puts our best technology to shame. Several tech startups are racing to adapt this system for next-generation display technologies. Imagine screens that work in bright sunlight, consume minimal power, and can change their texture as well as their color. But here's where they're running into fascinating challenges. The Octopus's system works at room temperature, requires minimal energy, and can operate for decades without degradation. Our attempts to replicate it are still struggling with power consumption and durability. This brings us to a crucial insight about nature's solutions. They're not just clever, they're incredibly efficient. At MIT's Biological Engineering Department, researchers have been studying how photosynthetic bacteria achieve nearly 100% quantum efficiency in converting light to energy. The implications of this research are staggering, especially for the solar energy industry. These bacteria use a precise arrangement of molecules to capture and channel light energy with almost no waste. They can even use quantum effects to find the most efficient path for energy transfer. It's a level of sophistication that makes our most advanced solar cells look primitive by comparison. But implementing these principles requires bridging quantum physics with materials science, disciplines that rarely collaborate in industry. The University of Cambridge is addressing this challenge by creating cross-disciplinary teams that mirror nature's integrated approach. They're bringing together quantum physicists, materials scientists, and biologists to develop new solar technologies inspired by photosynthesis. This collaborative approach is already yielding promising results, though we're still far from matching nature's efficiency. Now, let me share something that's revolutionizing our understanding of communication. At Zurich's Environmental Systems Science Department, researchers have decoded how plants communicate through fungal networks with remarkable precision. What looks like a simple forest floor is actually home to an incredibly sophisticated communication network. Using advanced imaging techniques and chemical analysis, they've mapped the exact chemical signatures plants use for different messages. When a tree is attacked by insects, it sends specific chemical warnings through the fungal network to neighboring trees. These trees then begin producing defensive compounds before the insects reach them. It's a pre-programmed response that's both elegant and efficient. Agricultural companies are particularly interested in this research, as it could lead to more resilient and efficient farming systems. But implementing these insights requires rethinking entire agricultural practices. Our current farming methods often disrupt these natural networks, and rebuilding them requires a deeper understanding of soil ecology. The Swiss Federal Institute of Technology has made another breakthrough in understanding nature's materials. They've mapped how spider silk achieves its remarkable combination of strength and flexibility through precise protein folding. Spider silk is 5 times stronger than steel by weight, yet flexible enough to stretch up to 30% without breaking. What's more, spiders create this remarkable material at room temperature, using minimal energy. Several companies are trying to produce synthetic spider silk, but they're finding that nature's manufacturing process is far more sophisticated than our current capabilities. Spiders control the protein folding process with incredible precision, creating specific crystalline regions that give the silk its strength while maintaining flexible amorphous regions. Replicating this level of control in industrial processes is proving to be a significant challenge. At the National University of Singapore, researchers have made an equally fascinating discovery about how butterfly wings create their vibrant colors without using pigments. These colors come from precise nanostructures that manipulate light waves. The structures are so perfectly arranged that they create colors that never fade and can be seen from almost any angle. This discovery has huge implications for display technology and sustainable color production. Several companies are working to create structural colors for everything from car paint to electronic displays. But manufacturing these precise nanostructures at scale requires new approaches that cross traditional industrial boundaries. The University of Michigan's Materials Science Department has revealed something equally remarkable about how mollusks create their shells. These creatures can control crystallization with atomic precision, creating structures that are both strong and lightweight. They do this in ordinary seawater, at room temperature, using minimal energy. What's particularly fascinating is how mollusks control this crystallization process. They use specialized proteins to guide the formation of calcium carbonate crystals, creating precise layered structures that are much stronger than the raw material alone. This has implications for everything from construction materials to electronic components, but implementing these principles requires bridging multiple industrial processes that currently operate independently. At TU Delft, researchers studying bird flight have made another groundbreaking discovery. They've mapped how birds achieve remarkable flight efficiency through precise feather control. Each feather can be adjusted individually, creating subtle changes in wing shape that optimize performance for different flight conditions. While aerospace engineers can dream up similar solutions, manufacturing systems that match this level of precise control is still beyond our current capabilities. The challenge isn't just technical, it's conceptual. Birds integrate sensors, controls, and mechanical systems in ways that blur the lines between our traditional engineering disciplines. The Weizmann Institute has decoded something equally fascinating about how certain bacteria repair their DNA. These microscopic organisms can detect and repair genetic damage with incredible precision, using molecular machines that put our best repair systems to shame. This has huge implications for everything from medicine to data storage, but implementing these principles requires bridging molecular biology with information theory. What makes these discoveries so exciting isn't just their individual potential, it's how they're forcing us to rethink our approach to innovation. Nature doesn't separate chemistry from physics from biology. Every solution is integrated, while our industrial processes often work in isolation. This gap between nature's holistic solutions and our segmented approach to problem solving is perhaps the biggest challenge we face in implementing these discoveries. Oxford University's Department of Zoology is pioneering new frameworks for implementing nature's multidisciplinary solutions. They're creating collaborative teams that mirror nature's integrated approach, bringing together experts from different fields to tackle complex challenges. This new approach is already yielding promising results in areas from materials science to sustainable technology. What's particularly exciting is how these discoveries are beginning to connect with each other. The principles behind how butterfly wings manipulate light are helping us understand how to create more efficient solar cells. The way spiders control protein folding is inspiring new approaches to materials manufacturing. Nature's solutions are interconnected, and we're finally learning to see these connections. But perhaps the most important lesson from all these discoveries is about our relationship with nature. We're not just observing these phenomena, we're learning to speak nature's language. Each breakthrough brings us closer to understanding the fundamental principles that govern natural systems. The implications of these discoveries extend far beyond individual technologies. They're changing how we think about innovation itself. Nature has been conducting research and development for billions of years, refining and perfecting solutions to complex problems. By understanding these solutions, we're not just copying nature, we're learning to think like nature. This brings us to an exciting frontier in science and technology. We're moving from an era of extracting resources from nature to an era of learning from nature. The solutions to many of our most pressing challenges, from clean energy to sustainable materials, might already exist in the natural world. We just need to learn how to recognize and adapt them. Visit Gaia Observe online to join our community of innovators exploring these fascinating discoveries. Together, we're bridging the gap between nature's solutions and human implementation. Our next episode will dive deep into nature's information networks, revealing how they could revolutionize our approach to computing and communication. What gaps between natural solutions and industrial applications have you noticed? Share your observations in the comments below. Your insights could help bridge these crucial gaps. And don't forget to subscribe to continue exploring the cutting edge of natural innovation. Nature's universal code is everywhere, manifesting in ways we're only beginning to understand. As we learn to read this code, we're discovering new possibilities for solving complex challenges. The future of innovation lies not in conquering nature, but in learning from it. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of nature's most extraordinary innovations. Until next time, keep observing, keep questioning, and keep discovering.